Adorned in her private school uniform, 12-year-old Nate Lewis stared out the luxury sedan's window as her mother, Cassia Lewis, weaved in and out of Montego Bay traffic.
Just because they say I like girls doesn't mean it's true.
The preteen spoke with a sweet Caribbean twang that interrupted the car ride's deafening silence.
Have you seen yourself?
Cassia scoffed.
Most days you look more like my son than a daughter.
It's not like that.
Nate whined as she turned to face her mother. She then removed an ice pack from her mouth, revealing a fat, bloodied bottom lip.
I hate that school and everybody there.
She sulked, remembering the conversation they'd just had with Nate's school principal.
I've told Natalia this 1,000 times.
Nate's principal continued.
Her bandmates would stop teasing her if she simply changed how she dressed and acted a little more, well, normal.
By normal, the principal had of course meant feminine. Nate shook her head in disgust as her mother's nagging jarred her from the principal's office back to the passenger seat.
So obstinate. I just hope our new addition don't give us as much problem.
She said, rubbing her belly. You couldn't tell it by looking at her, but the woman was 4 months pregnant.
Sometimes I just feel like some duppy don't curse me.
After years of high-priced fertility treatments, several miscarriages, and trying the old-fashioned way, Cassia was finally with child.
You will be my saving grace.
Nate stared at her mother's growing baby bump as Cassia accelerated and made a hard right turn.
Don't you care what people think?
Cassia quizzed as Nate took note of the speedometer. She'd clocked in at 20 miles over the legal limit.
There are places that we can send you.
Cassia's tone softened.
Places that can fix you.
I'm not broken.
But you know it's a curse, Natalia. A curse and a sin.
Cassia swerved around an SUV into what would have been oncoming traffic had the road ahead not been clear.
You don't understand. You never will.
You can be cured. We can correct this.
Why can't I live with Auntie Erlene?
Nate pouted as Cassia grew quietly humiliated that her daughter preferred the company of her sister-in-law.
You must be mad.
Cassia cut her eyes at Nate. She then veered around a slow truck. Only this time, she ran directly into an oncoming passenger van. Moments later, the mangled sedan lay head over heels in a nearby ditch, belching flames and exhaust into the baby blue sky.
Mom!
Nate screamed for Cassia, who had already unbuckled her seatbelt and slid out of the car.
Mom!
Although battered and bruised, Cassia made absolutely no effort to save her firstborn from the smoldering, wrong-side-up vehicle. The last thing Nate remembered was the taste of warm blood in her mouth as she tried to free herself from the fiery wreck.
I'm safe. I'm breathing. I got this.
She said, whispering the calming mantra through gritted teeth.
I'm safe. I'm breathing. I got this.
When Nate awoke in the hospital bed, her thighs were bandaged due to the second-degree burns she'd endured, and Auntie Erlin was by her side to deliver the heart-wrenching news.
She lost a baby, Natty.
Auntie Erlin gently rested her body atop Nate's as they grieved the life of a child they never knew.
He with the angels now.